Sarah here, and I'm here with one of the co-founders of Zinari Coin. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely
Lisa.
pleasure. Thank you so much for managing to get a hold of each other. We live in a crazy world with the time zones, and just the world is a little bit crazy now. But we live in the beautiful crypto world, which is so fascinating. And could you please tell us a little bit about yourself, the product, and what can we expect from the project?
Okay, so my name is Michael Bernard, pronounced Michael Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a blockchain developer, background in accounting, economics, and taxation. I also do web development. Uh, I'm currently the co-founder of Zenari Finance. And at Zenari, our single aim is to build utility for the blockchain and connect businesses in frontier economies to the blockchain. So we want to bring in businesses in countries which are underdeveloped and onboard all of them to integrate the blockchain. And one of the ways we do that is by enabling them make international payments on the blockchain, enabling them save their money using DeFi on the blockchain, enabling them access loans on the blockchain, create blockchain projects themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and also them pay, make higher pay using our freelancer marketplace. We're
And
doing with blockchain for business.
amazing. And so, where did the idea essentially come from? What was the origin? How did you come around to it?
Okay, so around early 2020, at the peak of the coronavirus, it wasn't possible to carry out. I was working at 24 Rents then, is
Mm-hmm.
a rent rental, and my co-founder was working in home service. So the COVID-19 sort of destabilized everything. So we wanted to build businesses in other countries, nearby countries, where there wasn't strict COVID rules. But we discovered we couldn't make payments out of Nigeria to these other countries. In fact, the monthly limit of payment was just $100 per month. So you can't up to now, you can't make more than $100 per month using
Really,
the bank.
that's crazy.
So the only alternative was cryptocurrency. So we used crypto ourselves. A few people came around and said, "Can you help us make these payments too?" And before you know it, it was like an informal money transfer service where we were sending money for vendors in Alaba International Market, one of Nigeria's biggest markets. And so we said, let's just make this a crypto project. And here we are.
That's amazing. That is such an interesting story. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally understand. I mean, I can only imagine the struggles and where the idea came from now. So it's amazing to see you guys trying to change the way things are for much better. Um, it's only fair for it to be that way, and so fortunate that blockchain allows us to be on the same level as it should be
Yeah.
like that long time ago. So I was actually reading, and it says actually that the Zinax platform is a decentralized platform that enables travelers, importers, exporters, and global firms to send money across borders. And this is pretty big and solves all major issues, of course. So could we talk a little bit about this feature, if you don't mind?
Okay. So Zinax currently, we migrated Zinax from the money transfer service
Mm-hmm.
and focused it as a DeFi platform. But let me talk about the money service, which is it now maintains the Zenari name. So for Zenari.org, we call it Zenari.org. So what we are doing here is we are helping people do exactly what we were doing in the past. We
Yes.
help the merchants, they receive payments in cryptocurrency. It's 100% DeFi. So the payments come to your wallet directly. You don't hold your funds. You just wire it through a payment gateway. It comes to your own wallet instantly. And then you can convert your crypto. For instance, if you're in Nigeria, you want to send money to the US, you convert your crypto directly from USDT to USD. And then you can transfer to someone in the US. If you want to send to China, convert it to yuan. And how we process it is through a P2P, so it's 100% decentralized. You actually don't need a license to operate. You don't need KYC. It's just peer-to-peer, but in a more coordinated peer-to-peer method. What we plan to do in the future is to add cards, crypto
Mm-hmm.
cards. You can also use the crypto cards directly without having to sell your crypto. So the whole aim is to remove the need for centralized exchanges from the domain, let people do crypto direct between each other from
Mm-hmm.
A to B without having to focus on fiat and without having to go through the centralization which we see in current exchanges.
Beautiful. I love seeing how the such a simple principle and idea that initially started, the whole concept of cryptocurrencies is still alive, and there are still projects trying to develop it and find the best way of sending money cross borderly, with obviously minimal fees and making sure that it's possible to anyone. This is absolutely brilliant, and I love that you guys are developing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whilst looking around and preparing for the interview, I saw that you guys do Zena checks. Could you talk a little bit more about this? Because I think it's really interesting.
Okay, so as in I will always say NFTs
Mm-hmm.
are at the core of our operations, but we don't approach NFTs from the art perspective. We
Okay.
approach them from a utility perspective. So
Mm-hmm.
what we are doing, what we will do with the Zena checks and the Zena checks especially is we'll create a sort of NFT, which whereby this NFT you claim a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you want to send 1 million Zena to somebody. Uh, all you just do, you mint an NFT, which
Mm-hmm.
is that, and then you send the NFT to the person. Whenever the person wishes to convert that to back to the negative back to money. He goes to our treasury and does the same. And why this is different from just sending a token to someone is when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to if you send the Zena check to somebody, it's going to have a two-way approval. So he has to approve and you have to approve. It's a sort of multi-signatory check. So whenever he receives it in his wallet, he still has for him to be able to claim it from the treasury. Both of you have to approve. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
same way you go to a bank, you write a check for someone, he goes to the bank, they have to call you to confirm. So this is the same thing we want to do. So people can send crypto payments with a sort of security. In case if the person you send the payment to doesn't want to do the job, you
Yes.
can withhold the check from being cleared. And that way, both of you have the sort of security you wish.
I like that. I like that. It makes the feature very usable as well. It's pretty easy to explain it that way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like that. And while I was looking as well, I also found Zinari Cash.
Okay.
Could you explain that concept actually? Because I think it's also another interesting feature that you've got.
Yeah. So Zinari Cash, we are actually going to launch that before March. We
Mm-hmm.
already done designs. It's also an NFT utility project. So what we did here is each of these, when you look at your normal dollar bill or your naira bill or whatever currency you use, discover that each currency has a serial number.
Mm-hmm.
A dollar bill might have this serial number, a one has a different serial number. So while each
Yes.
dollar has a similar value, they are unique, they are non-fungible, like they are independent items. So what we did was replicate that with NFT technology. Now, what we are doing will start as an NFT, but in the future we plan to make it paper notes.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the Zena Cash or the Zena NFT mints is backed with a gram of gold in BNB or in Zinari.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so the value of a gram of gold in BNB or in Zinari. So we
Mm-hmm.
call it digital. So what we now do is, whenever you get at the initial minting phase, you mint it. Let's say you mint it for the $60 equivalent, that's the one Zina, because each of them is one. If you mint the one Zina note, there's one Zina note, the five Zina note, 10 Zina note, 0.5 Zina note. If you mint, let's say the one Zina note,
Mm-hmm.
$60, you can instantly convert it to 90% of the minting value. That is $54 on our treasury anytime you want. So you don't have to look for someone to buy the NFT from you. So you want to eliminate the need for liquidity in NFTs, the need for looking for someone to buy from you. You don't have to look for someone to buy from you. Come to our treasury and instantly convert. Then you can also take the note the same way you put your
Mm-hmm.
money in the bank to generate interest. If you take a note, you earn a reward token called Zinax. Then you can also use it to collect money instantly as a loan. If we pay the loan, we add the profit from the loan to the treasury, and the treasury keeps getting bigger. So
Mm-hmm.
with this methods, when you also sell on the notes, you can sell the NFT like you would a normal NFT. That is from the NFT come to our treasury and increase the loan capacity of each of the notes. So you might see a note that has a loan capacity of more than the mint price. So that's exactly what we are working on with the Zina Cash. So it's replicating the way cash is, but extending it on the blockchain. So in the future, when we are going to launch our own ATM, we don't want people to come to the ATM and withdraw dollars or withdraw pounds. We want you to come to a crypto ATM and withdraw real crypto cash, which has inherent value and which somebody will be able to access without fear because he knows you can instantly convert it to normal currency. Okay.
I love
So
it. It's a
that's
very interesting concept. And
yeah.
how far into development of it are you? Is it just still conceptual or?
Okay. So technically, on the code part, we are done with the NFT design.
Mm-hmm.
We are done with treasury design on Binance Smart Chain. So what we are planning to do now is to get the logistics right. We just launched our pool. We'll be launching our payment gateway and freelance platform next month. So we don't want to jump up the launches. We see if we can raise more funds to get a lot of people to join before we launch out the NFTs. So we plan to launch by April, but before then we would have done all the tests. But right now it's fully launched on the test net. We have tested the ones which have to be done on Binance Smart Chain is
Mm-hmm.
already fully tested. And so subsequent from that, by April we should be possibly live, yeah, for everyone to be able to use.
Awesome. That must be so exciting. So what else have you got planned? What else is there that we can expect from Zinari?
Okay, we have a lot of products planned.
Awesome.
First of all, we launched recently our reward token, that is Zina X. Zina X, we launched the farming tools where you can farm Zinari or Zina reward token and earn rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are extending it by launching the affiliate version of it. So if you refer someone to stake, you also earn rewards in that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll be launching our crypto payment gateway next month. We'll launch the beta next month. It's already fully completed. You'll be able to accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, most major coins, or
Mm-hmm.
we might introduce those in the future too for you to accept those payments.
Yeah.
We already have over 20 tokens there. You can use it to accept payments on WordPress, on Shopify. We have
Mm-hmm.
plugins for all which are ready. And then would extend it further by adding the crypto to fiat ramps, so you can convert crypto to USD, to yuan, to foreign currencies for those in frontier countries. Then the cards. So those are extensions of what we'll be doing. We launch the core product, then we extend it by adding the cards, POS, the crypto POS, which is also
Mm-hmm.
ready. Yeah. So those are part of the features we'll be launching. Then it always keeps people in mind. We made a small acquisition last year of a platform called FixGan, which we are rebuilding. So that will serve as a freelance marketplace and a payroll marketplace. So what we'll be doing with that platform is, if you want to hire blockchain developers for your
Mm-hmm.
business, you come on the platform, you hire them, you pay in crypto, they receive the payments in crypto and do the job for you. And then we'll extend it by adding payroll. So if you want to pay your employees with crypto for taxation purposes automation, we help you also make out the payroll using the platform. So sort of token multi-sender for a purpose. Like I said, what we basically do is we look at things that happen in the real business world, we make them in crypto space and make
Mm-hmm.
it possible for businesses to use crypto for their daily commercial activities. That is basically the what we're doing. A lot of products coming up, a whole lot of products. Well, I just gave the ones which I can remember of it. But if you go to our white paper, you see that we have a whole lot of products lined up. Yeah,
Amazing. Amazing. That sounds, it sounds like you've got a busy 2022, right? Is there
yeah,
anything
yeah.
else you'd like to tell the audience now? It's your time to shine. I've run out of questions at this moment. You've answered them brilliantly, so I can't really ask you anything more at the moment. But if there's anything else you'd like to add, please, please, it's your time to shine.
Okay, so I'd like to tell the audience to uh, take a bigger look at Zenari, look at what we
Mm-hmm.
are doing. Uh, we spend a lot of our budget currently on development, so we haven't been doing the splashy marketing campaign like a lot of other projects because we want
Mm-hmm.
to get code right before we push for them. but you can join in to Zinari project. You can buy into Zinari project. You can even get Zinari by staking moves on the POCM platform.
Mm-hmm.
You also stake your Zinari tokens and earn a reward token called Zinax. We also have temporal pools like stake Zinari to earn BUSD to NBNB and other stuff coming up. So I would advise them to come into Zinari. I forgot this, but next month we are launching a Zenari Academy to teach people
Ooh.
about the blockchain. So you can join there. You join there. We also give affiliate reward if you refer someone to join. So we'll help you learn about the blockchain, and your certificate will be an NFT, which you can show to your friends that yeah, you have this NFT that shows you attended the Zenari Academy. So we have a lot of things for you. We have the code base. We want to solve the code and the infrastructure first. Then we can now market and make the hype as much as we want. So we urging everyone take a look at Zenari, go to what we are doing, not just the white paper, what we are actually doing, join the community, ask questions, and I
Mm-hmm.
assure you, very happy and pleased to join us by being an investor.
Awesome, fantastic. Thank you so much for finding the time to come over and talk to me. I'm absolutely fascinated by it. I'm definitely going to take a further look at Zinari, your whole ecosystem, and I wish you all the best with everything you've got planned for this year. I'd love to do a follow up like in 3 months' time or something and see what you have
Right.
ticked up from the roadmap. So let's stay in contact because it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.